Springboks, if there's no ruck, you can't get off the line. So the hand speed that the All Blacks been playing, they're playing a little bit deeper, so they're getting around us. So we should force us the Springboks to get off the line a lot harder. And if we don't make our tackles, it's very difficult to set again.
Jock, I think Rassie said they were employing a lot of the rip tackle during the game. How do you negate that in the second test?
Yeah, I think you have to dominate contact first. I think that's the main thing. I think what the All Blacks did well is they have improved defensively. I think we saw Saturday that at stages, at times, they went very low, they tackled the guys low, and their second guy was on the ball. So, first of all, we have to dominate contact, and we call it, we've got a triple T, where the guy that's supporting the tackler needs to get on his back and get him over that vantage line. Then it's very difficult to rip the ball.
You were the defence general built up during the box day. Do you see that type of system happening at Rassie's box? Who's the defence general there? Who should be the defence general?
Yeah, it's
And they were sitting at like a 77% tackle success.
mostly it's the outside centre. I think the games that I've been, Jesse has been doing it quite well. The thing is with the Springboks, like I said, they've most of the times played away from the general. So then it's tough. You need to pick up numbers really quickly. You have to get in that space if it's now behind the line or sending the fullback over and the winger closing. So I think Rassie will look at the stats. I don't think we were physical. They got out the advantage line. They offloaded quite a lot also. And then, like I said earlier, it's difficult to get off the line then. If there's no ruck to set, you can't get off the line.
There's one photo a couple of weeks ago of the Lions side training up against the box.
Yes.
How important was that in terms of being able to give the guys the experience of the type of intensity they can expect tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think for us it was unbelievable. Guys, young guys like Siba Maashi, Batu, it was unbelievable to train against the box. Just to see the intensity that they bring to a training session and the intensity that they bring game time. I think for us it was a measuring tool to see where we're at. Because I think out of all the franchises, I think we had the most time to prepare, and it's going to be interesting to see tomorrow how we're going to put everything together and how it's going to work.
Franchises have performed very good. Franchises have managed to really make much of a case.
Yeah.
How big is tomorrow night's opportunity as the last franchise to be able to try and do something really special?
Yeah, I think it's unbelievable. I think Cash also will mention it. We wanna. It's an unbelievable time. We can make history, but in saying that, also we have to be true to ourselves. Also to implement the last. We've been training for 8 weeks, so we have to implement the last 8 weeks stuff that we've been doing, and also by doing that, also having fun. I think for us, rugby, we should have fun while we're doing it, and I think for us it needs to be. We have to be in the contest for 80 minutes. I think that's the biggest thing for us is to be there for 80 minutes. That'll be great.
Jacques, the Boks have conceded 19 tries across the 5 Highveld games in the past 2 years. Does that point out to a defensive problem up country? Because when they defended the coast, the record is much better.
Yeah, I think it's we're playing at altitude, so I think and it's a high-paced game. The pitch is fast. I think if you have a look at the teams that came here, Australia, New Zealand, also last time, it was a high-paced game. I think the ball in play was also very high. So I think teams come here knowing that there's a lot of air, and they can just they want to run themselves off their feet and play a exciting brand of rugby.
Jacques, sorry, I know it's not your thing, but I mean, you guys have been in the same problem in the URC at times where you've dominated play, but you haven't finished off well.
Yes.
How do you counter that? And just what have you seen from the All Blacks so-called midweek team this week that you want to exploit tomorrow night?
Yeah, that's quite an interesting midweek team. But if you have a look at their test matches, they've played 630 or 640 test matches. I think the way that we've been training, we want ball and play very high. I think we're one of the teams also, Chris can also testify to that, we want to play for 80 minutes. I think, and the biggest thing for us is putting the 20 minutes together so that we can competitive till the 80th minute.
Is altitude still a factor? I know that New Zealand of all the countries have done better than anyone else in the Highveld. But when you look at South Africa's recent results, does altitude still matter?
Yeah, if you have a look at the All Blacks, they've been here for 4 weeks. So most of their games were in Highveld. So I think they've adjusted to that, and I think sport and rugby has also grown so much that they've also counted the altitude thing. So there's many ways that many ways that you can get over that. But I think the New Zealand has also been here, like I said, for 3-4 weeks. So I think they're over all that jet lag and altitude.
Chris, not to lead, you sit here doing nothing the whole time. Just from your point of view, what does it mean to face the All Blacks? I mean, I know you were hoping to get a Springbok call up. I mean, to get this opportunity tomorrow night.
Yeah, obviously it's massive. For me, being on the slightly older side, it's probably a once in a career opportunity. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Going up against Richie Mo'unga, who's an All Black legend. So yeah, very exciting and very cool opportunity for all of us.
And I mean, obviously, there's a bit of the motivation, extra motivation, not only just what happened Saturday, but the fact that if they beat you guys, they have a clean sweep of all the franchises. So it's all on you guys to make that change that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, probably a little bit of pressure that comes with it, but at the same time, there's no pressure on us at all. It's call it a free hit out to play against one of the best teams in the world that have been for a very long time. And yeah, we've obviously really prepped well, but I think if we can get a good result, then it'll just sort of confirm what we're doing as a Lions group, that we're moving in the right direction.
Chris, you mentioned Richie Mo'unga, and obviously he's known the world over for his flair and just a tremendous fly half. You always seem to be fighting the good fight for fly halves who are more the sort of generals, who do the basics really well. I mean, are you going to bring that real sort of battle of contrasts tomorrow and just show that sometimes slow and steady wins the race?
Yeah, I mean, it obviously doesn't help. I go try play a Richie Mo'unga game. It's never been my game, so obviously I'll stick to what I do best and obviously serve my team as best I can. He can do all the magic. I'll enjoy watching him, and while I do all of my good things.
As a long-time Lions fan, it's always been a franchise which often gets written off. So in terms of tomorrow night, we've been a team for the last 10 years that continue to always sort of exceed expectations. So whilst you said there's not much pressure, how big an opportunity is just to be able to go out and prove once again that this franchise punches above its weight against, at the moment, the number one side in the world?
Yeah, valid. Like I said, it's obviously a very exciting opportunity for us, and obviously exciting for a lot of the young guys and sort of guys like me who'll only get this once in a career opportunity to just go out, play against the best team in the world, actually see where you sort of rank and how you sort of can compete with these guys. So yeah, just obviously an exciting opportunity and obviously one we don't take for granted.
Chris, it's your second season now at the Lions. You established yourself obviously as the first choice last season. What is the goal, personal goal for you going forward for the URC season and also the Champions Cup?
I think obviously as a team to be better and individually to just keep developing as a player, to keep getting better, to keep driving my own standards and sort of not to. I think it'd be a shame if we do the same as we did last season. So as long as we can build on that, get better, and obviously personally just keep developing my game, then we're moving in the right direction.
Sorry guys, can I put cash in front of you?